Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. So I'm going to be giving you my starting 11 prediction for our game against PSG in the Champions League group stage. So, in goal, it will either be Dean Henderson or David De Gea. It could be Dean Henderson because David De Gea sustained a knee injury in our 3-2 win against Southampton. He sustained the knee injury when he attempted to keep out James Ward-Prowse's free kick. He banged his knee on the goalpost. David De Gea could be available, and if he is, he will start. I think it said David De Gea is set to have a scan on his knee, but hopefully it's not too severe. That game against Southampton was David De Gea's 500th appearance for the football club in all competitions. This is his 10th season at Manchester United, so he has been a long servant. But I did say he will remain our number one this season. Now, Dean Henderson, like I said, he came on against Southampton to replace David De Gea. And I thought Dean Henderson did very, very well. Made like 2 straightforward saves. And I think at some point he will become our number one. It was his Premier League debut against Southampton. Dean Henderson has got that experience behind him, because he did endure 2 successful loans with Sheffield United. He obviously had loan spells with Stockport, Grimsby and Shrewsbury. We got Dean Henderson at the age of 14, so he has been part of the club for several years. During the summer, he signed a 6-year contract with Man United worth 120 grand a week. There has been rumours of him going out on loan in January, but Solskjaer said prior to the Istanbul Başakşehir game that Dean Henderson wants to stay at Man United and he wants to play for the club. So there. At right back, I think we will go with Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka wasn't great against Southampton, like I mentioned. Djempo, who currently plays for Southampton, he caused him a lot of problems. Bissaka, though, has enjoyed some good games this season where he has showed good attacking intent and his defensive contributions being good. Wan-Bissaka's only scored 1 goal for the football club. That came in our 4-1 win against Newcastle earlier on in the season. He's played around 58 games for Man United as Wan-Bissaka, or is it 59? We do have element of concerns about him because of his lack of attacking intent and his distribution. This is his 2nd season at Manchester United. We've got obviously another option at right back, and that's Timothy Fosu-Mensah, but I don't think we'll start him. It recently said that we'd offered Timothy Fosu-Mensah a 3-year contract at the football club, and it said Solskjaer wants to keep him. He started like 4 times in 3.5 years at the club. Was it last season we triggered that 1-year extension on his contract? Now, I think the 2 centre-halves will be Victor Lindelof and Harry Maguire. Victor Lindelof has enjoyed some good games this season, but he's also enjoyed a lot of bad games at Manchester United. I've got reservations about him because he's nowhere near on the same level as Harry Maguire. Victor Lindelof's enjoyed a good 3 years or so at the club. We paid £31 million for him from Benfica back in 2017. Not so long ago, he had a problem with his back. Now, Harry Maguire, he's really, really rejuvenated himself. He's been very effective in the air. His distribution's been good. He's also been very good from set pieces. Harry Maguire did have early season troubles because he had that incident in Greece before the start of the season. He had a few knocks earlier on in the season and he got sent off in England's 1-0 defeat to Denmark. But he's our current captain and he is the most expensive centre-half in the world at the moment. I've just found out, by the way, that Axel Tuanzebe is suspended. I actually didn't know that. So he won't be able to participate in this game against PSG. Tuanzebe was very, very good though in the game earlier on in the season against PSG. I like the way he dealt with Mbappe and Neymar. At left back, it will be either Alex Telles or Brandon Williams. Now, Alex Telles obviously sustained an injury in our 3-2 win against Southampton. I think it's some kind of ankle problem. I think he has swollen his ankle. I'm hopeful that the injury is not too severe. Now, Alex Telles, he's enjoyed a good start to his Man United career. He was very, very good against Southampton. Well, he was okay. Put some good crosses into the box. He was good against Istanbul Başakşehir and he was good on his Premier League debut against West Brom. And he was also good on his Champions League debut against PSG. We got Alex Telles for just over £15 million with add-ons included. But yeah, if he isn't available, we'll have to go with Brandon Williams because obviously Luke Shaw's not available. He's out with a hamstring injury. He's going to be out for at least the next couple of weeks. Brandon Williams did come on in our 3-2 win against Southampton. Hasn't played much in the Premier League this season. Williams is now our third choice left back. Williams impressed me last season. He did play a lot of games last season because Luke Shaw had a couple of periods out with injury. Was it at the end of last season, Williams signed a 4-year contract with Man United. And I think it was at the start of this season, we give him that number 33 shirt. There has obviously been rumours of Brandon Williams going out on loan in January. Now, the midfield, I think we'll go with Donny van de Beek if he is available. Donny van de Beek has got a problem with his ankle. Has he swollen his ankle or something like that? Donny van de Beek sustained this injury against Southampton, by the way. That game against Southampton was his first start for the club in the Premier League. But I'm hopeful that his injury is not too severe because I think Donny van de Beek has made a fantastic impact. He was playing in that deeper role against Southampton. He was also playing in that deeper role against Istanbul Başakşehir. And I think he's more effective there, but he can play in like 3 different roles. When we started him against RB Leipzig, we put him in that number 10 role. We paid £40 million for him from Ajax. I think alongside him will be Fred. Because like I said, Fred is undroppable at the moment. Fred's really, really impressed me this season. You know, he showed good attacking intent. His defensive contributions being good. And in general, he's improved under the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer era. We paid around £47 million for Fred from Shakhtar Donetsk a few seasons ago. There again, you know, we could start McTominay and put him alongside Donny van de Beek and drop Fred. I've got my reservations about Scott McTominay, to be quite honest with you. I don't think he's good as Fred, to be honest with you. Was it just after the first lockdown McTominay signed a 5-year deal with Man United? But yeah, it depends if McTominay is available to play because he's been out with a knock. Paul Pogba now is saying he could be available to play this game. So it could be, Donny van der Beek and Paul Pogba as the two midfielders. Or it could be Paul Pogba and Fred. Could be Pogba and McTominay. We will have to see. But I would go with Donny van der Beek and Fred. I don't think Matic will get in there either. The only reason Matic has been playing recently is because Pogba and McTominay haven't been available. But Matic is behind the likes of McTominay and Fred. I've got an element of concerns about Matic. He hasn't done well when he's played this season, but he had some good games towards the end of last season. Matic has enjoyed a good 3 years or so now at the club. We got him for £40 million from Chelsea back in 2017. Now, in the number 10, Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes is undroppable. Bruno Fernandes is Manchester United's best signing under Solskjaer, and he's one of the best signings we've made since Alex Ferguson's retirement. Bruno Fernandes scored against Southampton. He should have had an hat-trick because he had a good shot that just went wide. Was it in the first half? And he also missed a sitter. Bruno Fernandes did score twice against Istanbul Başakşehir. He scored that retaken penalty against West Brom. He scored twice against Everton and also got an assist. In the vast majority of Bruno Fernandes' games, he's been very, very consistent. There's only been the odd couple of games where he has looked off the pace. His worst game in a Man United shirt was the game against Istanbul Başakşehir in Turkey because he was dispossessed around 34 times. But yeah, Fernandes has been at the football club now for almost a year. We paid €55 million for him from Sporting Lisbon. He's got a contract with Man United till 2025, and last season he won Premier League Player of the Month twice, and he's won some Matt Busby Player of the Year award. Now, on the left-hand side, I think we'll go with Anthony Martial if he is available. I think he is going to be available, Martial. Martial missed the game against Southampton because he got ill overnight. And it's confirmed today that Martial left training after just 11 minutes. Martial hasn't enjoyed the best of starts to this season. Solskjaer explained why Martial struggled this season. This was prior to the Istanbul Başakşehir game because obviously the 3-match suspension he had in the Premier League. He obviously got sent off in our 6-1 defeat to Tottenham. But in reality, he shouldn't have been sent off. Martial did well though against Istanbul Başakşehir. Obviously against Istanbul Başakşehir he was playing on that left-hand side. Solskjaer giving his verdict on his position and said he looks, he's happy with him, on that left-hand side. But a lot last season he was playing centrally. Martial was good last season under Ole. He scored, around 23 goals. He was good in his debut season under Louis van Gaal. Martial's enjoyed a good 5 years or so now at the football club. Now, who we're going to go with on the right? There's a few options on that right-hand side. Obviously, we could go with Mata because he can play on the right wing, but I don't think Mata will start this game. Don't forget Mason Greenwood could go on the right wing. Greenwood did start against Southampton, didn't he? He was playing centrally though. Greenwood did have a good couple of chances in the game against Southampton and was unlucky not to score. I haven't really had much of a perception on Greenwood this season because he's had a lot of off-field issues, hasn't he? And he's had minor injuries. He's obviously been ill a few times. This is his second season in our senior squad. Solskjaer's been defending Mason Greenwood a lot this season. At the start of the season, we give Mason Greenwood that number 11 shirt. Mason Greenwood's got a contract with Man United until 2023. Don't forget, we can put Rashford on that right wing. And I think in the game against PSG, he could go on the right wing because he played on the right wing against Istanbul Başakşehir and did very, very well. Well, he started on the right wing, didn't he? He was obviously playing centrally against Southampton. Marcus Rashford got an assist against Southampton and he had a good chance, so he should have got his name on the score sheet. He scored against Istanbul Başakşehir. Rashford scored a few goals in the league this season. You know, he scored twice late on against PSG. Can he do it for the third time? He scored a hat-trick against RB Leipzig. Became the second Man United player to score a hat-trick as a substitute. But in general, Rashford's more effective out wide than he is centrally. Rashford turned 23 a few weeks ago. You know, he's been a United player since, the age of 7. And he's been in our senior squad since 2016. Not so long ago, he did have a shoulder problem. Now, up top, it will be Edinson Cavani. That's if he's available. Will he be available for this game? Because like I updated you earlier on today, it says Edinson Cavani is facing a 3-match ban after a racist comment on social media. And it said the FA are investigating the social media post, but Edinson Cavani deleted the post. But anyway, Cavani's come out and he's apologised. I think it may mean a 3-match suspension in the league. That's it. So if it's that, then I think Cavani will start this game against PSG and he will reunite with his former club. Cavani came off the bench against Southampton and he scored 2 goals and he also got an assist. Edinson Cavani has enjoyed a fantastic start to his Man United career. You know, wasn't only good against Southampton, he was also very, very good against Istanbul Başakşehir. That was his first start for the club. He was also very, very good when he came on against West Brom. He scored his first goal for the football club in our 3-1 win against Everton. And he almost scored with his first touch when he came on against Chelsea. We've got Edinson Cavani on a free transfer on deadline day. He signed a 2-year contract with Man United worth around 230 grand a week. Or is it 240 grand a week? There you go. So that's how I think Man United could line up against PSG. Is Eric Bailly available? I'm not sure. You know, he has been out with a muscle injury. I heard now that Jesse Lingard's back because he's been back in full training. So there you go. We only need 1 point to qualify for the knockout stage. We've got 2 games remaining in the group stage. PSG on Wednesday and then RB Leipzig on the 8th. Solskjaer has already beaten PSG twice as Manchester United manager. We're beating them in the group stage earlier on in the season 2-1. And we knocked them out of the last 16 a couple of years ago. We're beating them 3-1. We overcame a 2-goal deficit. We've been in good form recently because we have won our last 4 games in all competitions. As for PSG, they recently drew 2-2 with Bordeaux. PSG did get to the Champions League final last season. Now, like I've said to you, I know quite a few of their players. They've obviously got Kylian Mbappe. They've also got Neymar, who are the two most expensive players in the world at the moment. It's going to be interesting to see how our defence comes up against the likes of Mbappe and Neymar. They've obviously got Ander Herrera and Angel Di Maria. They are two former Man United players. They'll be probably in contention to play for PSG. They've obviously got Mario Icardi. He came back from injury not so long ago. They've got Idrissa Gueye. He came back from injury not so long ago. They've also got Moise Kean. They've got Marco Verratti. I think they've got Kimpembe. They've obviously got Juan Bernat. He's out with injury until March. They've also got Marquinhos. He's currently out with injury. They've also got that Kahara, however you pronounce his name. And PSG's current manager is Thomas Tuchel. Now, after PSG, we go up against West Ham. That's our next league game, and Manchester United should be winning that. So, I'm going to delve into another topic now. Can Manchester United challenge for the Premier League title this season under Solskjaer? Now, there's still a lot of games to go, isn't there? Like I said, we have been in a good we've been in a good run of form recently, so reflects on that. A lot of pressure would have eased off Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I think we're sitting, is it 8th in the Premier League? We've been good away from home in the Premier League. We haven't lost away from home in the Premier League since January. And we've won our last 8 games in a row away from home in the Premier League. It'd be good to see us mount a title challenge up this season. We won't win the title this season. We haven't won the Premier League since 2013. So we haven't won it now for around 8 years. The last time we won it was in Ferguson's last season. I think there's a chance we could win a trophy this season. We could win the Carabao Cup, win into the quarterfinals of that. We could possibly win the FA Cup. But I don't see us winning the Premier League, and I don't see us winning the Champions League. Can we win the Premier League at some point under Ole? We are the most successful team in Premier League history because we have won 20 titles and 13 of them are Premier League titles. It'd be good for us as well to get a top 4 finish this season. So top 4, win a trophy this season. That would represent a good season for Man United, and then that would give us something to build on. This is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's second full season as Man United manager. And I always said, didn't I, this was going to be a big season for him. Next month, I think, is his 2-year anniversary at the club. Because he's been here now nearly 2 years. We appointed him in December 2018, and he's been permanent Man United manager since March 2019. And Solskjaer's managed over 100 games for Man United in all competitions. He's under contract with the football club until 2022. Now, I don't know if he's going to see out his contract. I'm very sceptical he will. Now, Solskjaer recently discussed his contract situation at Man United. And he said it's not his priority at the moment is a new contract. His priority is leading the club to long-term success. And he says the team are going places under his management. Now, maybe talks over a new contract for Solskjaer could happen at some point next year. When we give him the job permanently, he signed a 3-year deal. But there's no guarantee that we will extend his stay at the club. Now, obviously, there has been a lot of talks of Mauricio Pochettino coming in to replace Solskjaer. He's been the favourite to take over. There's obviously been talks of Massimiliano Allegri coming in. There's also been talks of Julian Nagelsmann coming in. That came out a few weeks ago. But if we did sack Solskjaer, it wouldn't solve a lot, would it? Because the manager hasn't only been the problem at the football club. We've obviously had a lot of problems with the board for several years, reflecting now poor our recruitment policy's been. You know, we've overpaid for players and that, and none of our managers have been backed enough since the Sir Alex Ferguson era. Obviously, Moyes wasn't backed enough, Van Gaal wasn't backed enough, Mourinho wasn't backed enough, and Solskjaer has not been backed enough. So hopefully in January, Solskjaer can be backed more. If this good vein of form continues, Solskjaer will still be Man United manager in the new year. But Woodward did say, didn't he, quite a few weeks ago, that Man United remain absolutely committed to Solskjaer, despite us having a poor start to the season. You know. But yeah, Solskjaer's made his prediction ahead of the January transfer window, and he expects a quiet January transfer window because he said he's happy with the current squad that we've got, but Man United still need more signings. You know, I think we need a centre half and we need a right winger. They are the two priorities. There has been a lot of players on our agenda. We're obviously looking to offload players next year. I think next year we'll be looking to offload the likes of Jesse Lingard. We'll be looking to offload Marcus Rojo, Phil Jones, Romero, James possibly. Pogba, a lot of United fans are expecting him to leave next year. Nemanja Matic, a lot of United fans are expecting him to leave. Possibly Juan Mata could also leave the football club. A lot of United fans are expecting Ighalo to leave when his contract expires in January. Obviously, Ollie's got rid of a lot of players since he got recommended into Man United. He's obviously brought around 10 senior players in since he came in, and he's spent over 200 million at the club. Obviously, in the summer of 2019, he brought Daniel James and Wan-Bissaka and Harry Maguire in. In January, he brought Bruno Fernandes in and Odin Ighalo in on loan. And in the summer transfer window of this year, we brought Donny van de Beek in, Alex Telles, Facundo Pellistri, Amad Traore and Edison Cavani. Solskjaer did well last season, his first full season, because obviously he got us qualification for the Champions League, he got us third and he guided us to 3 semi-finals. And Ollie has showed a lot of tactical flexibility in a lot of the big games. And I also like the way he has promoted the youth. So there's positives to take from his tenure. Reflecting on how long Ollie's been at the club, he has gained managerial experience though, but he hasn't got that proven pedigree as a manager, because before he was with us, he was at Molde. He won a few Norwegian titles at Molde, and before he was at Molde, he was at Cardiff. He did enjoy a very, very short tenure with Cardiff. He got sacked from Cardiff because he ended up getting them relegated. But Solskjaer I thought was a great player for the football club. He enjoyed 11 years as a player for Man United, and he was super sub, wasn't he? But in the last 8 years, we have been playing catch-up, like I've said before. We've had different managers with different philosophies. You know, we sacked 3 managers since Ferguson left, and that was Moyes, Louis van Gaal and Jose Mourinho. We've spent over £1 billion on players since Fergie left, and we've recruited around 36 players in since Ferguson left. We've only won 4 trophies since Ferguson left. That was the FA Cup under Van Gaal, the Europa League, the League Cup and the Community Shield under Mourinho. And like I've said, we haven't dominated since the Sir Alex Ferguson era. But like I've said time and time again, no manager at Man United or no manager in general will replicate Sir Alex Ferguson's legacy. since he's left, we've been inconsistent, and before he came into the equation, we was inconsistent and that. So there you go. So anyway, guys, that's everything to update you today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless you. Well, again, very, very soon.